What are we cooking today?
Creole braised rabbit.
What are we starting off with?
We're gonna make the blackening seasoning. We start with paprika, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, white pepper, garlic powder, toasted fennel seed. We'll start off by salting these guys. And I like to go pretty heavily on the blackening seasoning.
Rondo's hot, rabbit's ready to roll.
Once it's seared, we then remove the rabbit.
We braising this?
Yes. We'll start off getting the Kaneka sausage in the pan.
Kaneka sausage, which is one of my favorites.
We got the onions, we got the green bell pepper and the celery. Blackening in here. Garlic goes in. Deglaze this pan with a little bit of beer. Add bay leaf and thyme in here. Hit it with a little Tabasco as well. We're gonna make a quick blonde roux first, and then we'll add the dark roux at the very end.
Got it.
And a little bit of AP flour. Roasted tomatoes.
The homemade chicken stock, the brown roux, nice peanutty flavor.
Yes.
Add the rabbit back in. How long is this gonna go?
35 minutes to an hour.
Got it.
Now we're gonna make the grits that goes with the braised rabbit.
All right, let's get into this.
Cold milk, grits, salt,
Grits need salt.
and a little bit of white pepper.
How much butter are we gonna mount it with?
Just a little bit here.
That's a little bit? That's a lot of bit. All right, chef, let's get into this.
The grits,
It's like southern polenta.
yeah. We wanna have front leg, hind leg,
I think I'm gonna go hind leg.
sausage on there,
You can bury me in that.
parsley, and go heavy on the spring onion, pickled cabbage,
Walk me through the pickled cabbage.
apple cider vinegar, sherry vinegar, water, sugar in the raw, star anise, fresh dill, bay leaves, black peppercorn, fennel seed. Bring all of that to a boil and pour it over a mixture of cabbage, spring onion, and jalapeno.
The grits are spot on, creamy, delicious. They got great texture to them. The rabbit is braised enough that it's still juicy, not braised so much that it's leathery and shreddy. The balance of the braising liquid is perfect. But you know what really makes the whole dish sing is this pickled cabbage chow chow. Next level.
Thank you. All right, I got 2 rabbit going to plate.
The rabbit is so good, so tender. The grits, I love the texture mixing in with all the other things.
The pickled cabbage is excellent. Definitely balances out the dish. It's delicious.
Got a down south grilled cheese.
Got pork belly, got American cheese, chicken breast, collard greens, and Alabama white sauce. It is a lot of sandwich.
Let's get into this.
We're gonna brine our pork belly. Start with some cold water, apple juice, apple cider vinegar, brown sugar, pickling spice, dill, crushed red pepper, hot sauce, kosher salt.
And a bunch of garlic.
Cook this brine for about 45 minutes. Ice it down and put our pork belly in. Chill it for about 2 days, and it's ready to smoke. Now we're gonna make our collard greens.
Collard greens and grilled cheese.
Yeah, we're in the South. A little oil, diced onion, pork belly, apple cider vinegar, just a tiny bit of water, black pepper, brown sugar, kosher salt, granulated garlic, hot sauce,
Tiny bit.
a little sweet chili sauce.
And a bunch of greens.
Cover them, bring it to boil, and then let it simmer for about 2 hours.
Next up.
Alabama white sauce for our sandwich.
Now, why do you call it Alabama white sauce?
It's mayonnaise-based.
I thought Georgia had their own thing about not being
Well, we'll
Alabama.
call it Tybee white sauce then.
There you go.
Some mayonnaise in a bowl. We're gonna add apple cider vinegar, a little grain mustard, brown sugar, horseradish,
A good amount.
Worcestershire, hot sauce, granulated onion,
And garlic.
house-made Cajun seasoning, black pepper, a little lime juice.
Whisk that up.
We're gonna just season our flour to dredge the chicken. Seasoning salt, a little black pepper, kosher salt, cayenne pepper, garlic powder. There we go. We're gonna take a double lobe chicken breast. We're gonna buttermilk it.
And then
back in the
buttermilk
flour.
again. All this is just for one thing. This must be one great sandwich.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
We're gonna start by toasting our bread and add a little cheese, searing off our smoked pork belly. Just a tiny bit of pork belly, fried chicken, a little bit of these collard
You're not
greens.
serious.
Serious, the Alabama white sauce. We're gonna top it off. That's it.
This is so not even close to being a grilled cheese. There's just a whisper of cheese. I know I'm gonna end up wearing some of this sandwich. The fried chicken is spot on. The pork belly is so tender and delicious. The collard greens are money. The Tybee white sauce is delicious. Acid and fat, that little bit of that horseradish coming through. Outstanding. I mean, like, really a great sandwich.
All right, we got it down south out. Let's go.
You can't go wrong with pork belly and chicken.
I mean, it's got a lot of flavors going on in it.
I'm from Alabama, and I don't remember any Alabama white sauce at home being this good.
The greens on the sandwich are
The
tremendous.
collard greens,
Big flavors.
good friend of ours from Northern California, the Lands family.
I like the seasoning. Amazing.
So I'm here in Ormond Beach, Florida. Well, do you think really great Southern food that's been chefed up? Well, you will after you check out this joint. This is Rose Villa, Southern Table and Bar.
We got a lot of tickets coming in. Let's get this food out.
This is really the jewel and the centerpiece of our downtown.
Shrimp and grits. It's just leagues above whatever else you can find around.
Which is pretty much what business partners Pat Sullivan and Sylvia Herrera are going for. What differentiates it from everybody else?
It's better.
There you go. Point.
You know, Southern inspired with French influence. Bourbon pork chop going in the window.
Mom always made pork chops and applesauce, and Sylvia has put a twist on that and turned it into an adult dish for me.
The bourbon glaze is fantastic. It has a sweet, tangy flavor to it.
What are we making first?
Bourbon barbecue pork chop. So we're gonna make the brine. Salt, brown sugar, water, and then we add the root beer.
So a bone-in chop.
Let these brine for at least 24 hours.
What's next?
The bourbon barbecue sauce,
I got you.
ketchup, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, bourbon,
Good amount there.
molasses, root beer, coffee, Worcestershire, granulated garlic, granulated onion, chili powder,
Mustard and...
cayenne.
How much is that gonna reduce by?
About a third.
Barbecue sauce is done. What is this getting served with, by the way?
I do a tree fruit chutney.
And what tree fruit do we have today? Tell us about it.
Diced peaches, apples, sun-dried cranberries, garlic,
Ginger, nice call.
apple cider vinegar, sugar, lemon juice,
Here we go.
red pepper flakes, dry mustard, turmeric, ground coriander, and a little cinnamon.
Can't have a chutney without some cinnamon. And we'll let this cook down how long?
10 to 15 minutes.
What else we're gonna make?
Goat cheese grits. So I do half water, half milk, and we will add our grits, cook them down with butter, and our heavy cream, goat cheese and salt to finish them.
Fantastic.
So we're gonna take one of our pork chops out of the brine. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this house seasoning.
Okay.
Sugar,
Not salt?
salt,
Oh,
granulated garlic,
you scared me to death.
ground pepper, granulated onion, and ground thyme. Oil our chop, season it.
Grill it, and when it flat tops is when you're gonna glaze the barbecue sauce on it?
Yep. So now we're gonna plate this up. We've got our goat cheese grits right here. Put on our pork chop, token vegetables,
Token.
tree fruit chutney, little bit of chive oil.
The chutney is the kiss here. The chop itself is great. It's tender. It's got great flavor in it, but the sweetness and a bit of the acidity from the chutney, richness of the chop with a good sear on that, and then the tang of the goat cheese grits. I mean, the medley of what you put together, when you get that perfect bite of all three, dynamite.
The bourbon barbecue pork chop.
The only thing I like better than drinking bourbon is eating food cooked with bourbon. It just provides such a richness.
How's the pork chop?
Really, really good.
Pork shank.
I got the pork shank, and it is absolutely fabulous.
You literally touch it with your fork, and everything just falls apart.
Now we're into pork shank.
Carbureted pork shank.
How are we gonna cure them?
Simple salt and pepper. All sides good and coated. These go back in the cooler for 24 hours, and then we'll sear them on the flat top.
All right on the flat top.
Yeah, flat top
Okay.
gets a workout here.
Yes, it does.
Now we're gonna go for the braise.
What's in the braising liquid?
Onions, carrots, whole garlic.
Ginger.
Yep.
I like that.
Soy sauce, red wine, thyme, and rosemary.
Water.
Yep.
And foil wrap this, and how long we going down?
We're gonna go 250, about 3.5 to 4 hours. We pull them out of the oven, chills in his own juices overnight.
Okay.
Toss them in Wonder flour.
Why Wonder versus just AP?
It gets extra crispy.
Okay, because it's got the cornstarch.
And then it goes in deep fryer, 6 minutes.
Is there a sauce that's gonna go on this?
Love sauce.
No, I do. I love sauce.
Start with rendered out bacon, little yellow onion, chicken feet,
Anytime there's a chicken foot involved, I am excited.
little ham hock, sherry wine, water, and the braising liquid from the shanks. This guy's gonna roll for like 2 days.
Really? Love it. All right, Chef, let's talk about this.
Our take on a gremolata.
All right.
Pork rinds, fry them off fresh, process them in the food processor. Lime zest, lemon zest,
Lots of it.
parsley, just a touch of oil, just enough to make it all stick together.
What are we serving this with?
Robuchon potatoes, some heirloom carrots.
Robuchon potatoes.
Yeah, fancy French mashed potatoes.
Oh.
Yukon Gold potatoes. After the steamer, they go into the mill. Lots of butter, milk, lots of horseradish. Heirloom carrots and peas. Little shank
Look at
right
that.
there.
Ooh, the love sauce.
This is ridiculous.
That is tender.
Capital T tender. You take a pork shank and elevate it with the potatoes, with the love sauce, bring in the chicken feet and getting all that collagen. I mean, it's so rich and silky and not fatty, but unctuous.
It's got all your traveling experiences all wrapped into that dish.
Delicious.
Karabuta pork shank. Very savory, very rich flavor. This horseradish mashed potatoes is like a perfect complement.
The sauce is light and it married well with all the other flavors. It's outstanding.
I need a Boss Burger.
Love the Boss Burger. You got your rib candy, cheese. I didn't know you could make ribs better, but you can if you make them into candy.
It's one of my favorites.
Okay, what are we into, sister?
Our Boss Burger.
We grind our own brisket.
You know you can buy commercial ones.
Yeah, but this works.
Okay, I'm gonna make you a little deal.
Okay.
Okay? I will guarantee that after people get to see this place, that thing is gonna be a hood ornament.
Okay. We're gonna make the rub first. Salt.
Granulated garlic, black pepper, and granulated onion?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
We're going to grind our brisket with a hand crank.
How many burgers do you sell a day?
50.
Okay, we're almost to 1 burger. Now we got the chuck, the 80-20.
We're gonna add Worcestershire, liquid smoke, and burger seasoning. We're gonna mix it up, and then we're gonna form up the burgers. Another homemade thing. So we're gonna press it, and then that's what we put on the...
Am I getting punked? Is Ashton Kutcher coming through here?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What is this?
Oh, that's where we hang our bags. See, we use clips, so we hang our bags. They stack them in the window here, because everything's made to order. So you see, they pick their meat, they pick their bun.
People fill this out?
Yes.
This is also your dad's invention?
Yeah, that's actually original.
How many orders do we do a day?
My dad always says we did more than Chick-fil-A. So whatever Chick-fil-A did in a day, they did a little story on them. Whatever they did during the day, he was like, oh, we do that at lunchtime. And I'm like, all right. So.
Are you more like your mom or more like your dad?
My dad, for sure.
What else comes with this Crazy Town burger?
We're gonna be putting our rib candy on it.
Rib candy.
We'll start with seasoning salt, black pepper, granulated garlic, lemon pepper.
Season these up?
Yes, sir. After we season the ribs, we'll smoke them for 6 hours at about 280.
You're running that hot?
Mm-hmm. So plus or minus 20 degrees.
Okay. That's really hot in the world of barbecue.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I see a lot of running 220, 230.
Well, 220 is when it's, you know, really, really cold outside or the wood's wet.
What is cold in Mobile?
For me,
50.
73, but for normal.
It is a I'm not
people,
kidding, it's a non-stop show in here.
It gets really cold.
Oh, you're so priceless. So this is a stick burner back here?
Yes, wood
Okay.
only.
That is the most difficult way to run it. It's been on fire before.
3 times in 10 years, I feel like that's pretty good.
Look at the size of this. Where's the firebox?
On the other side. Can I show you that?
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, this should be even better. What you got there?
Well, we used to use hair dryers, and they all kept melting.
So now what you got?
Well, one of our guys was like, hey, I got this thing at the house. It might work better.
Is that a fireplace insert that I see?
It is. Cast iron. It works.
This is, without question, the craziest smoker I've seen on Triple D.
Oh, thank you. We're gonna make our sauce now.
Barbecue sauce.
Right, our sweet sauce. Tomato sauce, Worcestershire sauce, liquid smoke,
A lot of brown sugar.
water, salt, chili powder, black pepper,
Onion, garlic.
curry powder, and then to the sweet sauce, we add the cayenne.
Cayenne added to it is the sweet
Sweet and
spicy.
spicy. That's gonna cook for 30-ish minutes. And then vinegar added to sweet and spicy. It's a spicy Carolina.
Okay, ribs are done, sauce is ready. What do we have left to make?
The rib candy. We're gonna cut all the meat off the bones,
So honey, brown sugar, and
Right.
sweet sauce.
and then we just mix it up.
And are we gonna cook this again?
Right, 350 for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And now we're gonna make our boss burger. We'll grill our burger, toast the bun. This is the spicy Carolina sauce. This goes down this way. Cheddar cheese, topped with rib candy, of course. And then we always put more spicy Carolina sauce on the bottom and on top. And this is our boss burger.
The burger is really good. The sauce is great. I'm getting good smoke off the ribs. I thought it was too much sauce because it's only sauce, burger, and rib. A little bit of cheese, but there's so much flavor in it. And you never see rib meat by itself.
Right.
I get after this thing. I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee, in the Whitehaven neighborhood. I'm like 5 minutes from the airport. You can almost hear it. And about 15 minutes from downtown. And I've been saying to everybody, listen, I'm coming to Memphis, been here a bunch of times. I want to try some, like, true Memphis food. They say, what do you mean, barbecue? I said, I don't know, something that just really represents Memphis. They said, oh, how about a place that's doing Memphis and Caribbean together? I said, that's my kind of place. This is Trap Fusion.
Order up jambalaya pasta.
This place is the fire.
You have your southern cuisine with a gourmet twist to it.
I got Cajun fish and grits.
It's like a melting pot of everything.
From best friends Jason Gardner and Markeith McCoy, who are pushing the limits on flavor.
Trap Fusion, take risk and prosper. The fusion part comes from the being able to take recipes and just make them our own. And we travel the world and we eat.
Where do you like to go?
You name it, we probably
California.
Just left California, actually.
Where were you?
We was in LA for Beyonce.
Nice. How do you guys know each other?
We met in college and we wrote a menu about 15 years ago at his kitchen table.
First, you're gonna get a little hint of that Memphis smoke, and then we're gonna take it and twist it a little bit to the Caribbean style. Lamb chops getting ready for grill top.
Today I had the jerk lamb chops. Jerk on lamb is definitely different.
It was similar to a barbecue, and they were so good.
This is how we start our lamb chops. We're rubbing it with the lime, man. We got those good and clean. I'm gonna make our lamb marinade, water, Himalayan salt, black peppercorn, paprika, and onion powder.
A little pureed garlic?
Yes, sir. Soy sauce, olive oil. Mix it up, add the rack of lamb.
How long are we gonna marinate these for?
24 hours. Next, we're gonna make our lamb rub. Cayenne, black pepper, pink Himalayan salt again, garlic, rosemary, thyme. We're gonna season the lamb on the sheet tray. Smoke these 275 for about 4 hours. Bring it back in, slice it. We're gonna hold it for service.
What's up next?
Jerk marinade. This is gonna be used in the jerk reduction.
Got it.
Green onions and thyme. Add a little water to that. With scotch bonnets. Olive oil, allspice, nutmeg, black butcher peppercorn, the Himalayan salt.
A little more soy sauce. Got it. All right, Beyonce, let me ask you this.
Okay, come on, Frosty Tips.
Maybe it's our band name. Beyonce and Frosty Tips. All right, so what are we doing with this?
This is gonna be going into our jerk reduction.
Got it.
Orange juice, thyme, a little rosemary, onion powder, Caribbean seasoning, granulated garlic, brown sugar, a pinch of the fresh jerk marinade we just made, pimento berries, and then we'll simmer that for 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're good. Add the seared lamb chops, some of that jerk reduction. This is gonna be played with cabbage, squash, and zucchini, garnished with parsley. Come on, Frosty Tips. There you go. Ooh, Frosty.
You gotta put a ring on it.
Ah, he got me again. Ugh.
There's one thing that lamb's not missing. Flavor. You have packed it in there, my friend. That's like 10 buddies going to one concert in a Honda. The smoke is great. Taste the lamb. You definitely know it's jerk. You definitely know it has smoke, but you're kind of like bringing 3 flavors all together to the center, and you cooked them perfectly. That's a great dish.
Jerk lamb chop? Oh, yes.
It's very succulent and juicy.
You can taste the smokiness, but it's not too over the top.
They are the lamb gods.
As soon as I come through the door, you can smell the flavor.
Soul rolls up.
The soul rolls are everything you'd ever want out of the South.
Goodness wrapped and deep fried.
Soul roll.
Gotta have a soul roll.
All right, we'll get into it.
Collard greens, cut them up. Garlic, olive oil, onions, adobo.
Adobo?
Adobo. Vinegar and water.
And how long are we gonna let this go for?
Hour.
All right, what are we gonna do now, boss?
Well, we're gonna fry the chicken. I sprinkle our chicken with adobo.
And then just regular all-purpose flour?
All-purpose flour, simple.
Okay.
Let me put this in the fryer now.
Here we go. Let's get after this.
And what we do, we're gonna mix it all together.
So we got the greens, we got the fried chicken.
This seasoned rice, that's delicious. Black-eyed peas. Okay, what we're gonna do, put a wrapper down. I'll take a little bit here, and we roll up, and we top with a little egg wash and seal it.
We take these to the fryer, cook them off for 350.
And then we just take them, and we cut them. Drizzle a little spicy honey mustard, and we do a little bit more garnish on them.
So most folks can't make it to Mertz without having the soul roll.
We try not to let them leave without having the soul roll.
That's astronaut soul food. You know how they send the astronauts their food all prepared and ready to go?
Yeah.
This is a soul food missile pop. This comes with everything combined in one easy-to-eat bite.
I gotta talk to NASA about that.
How delicious.
You guys ready to eat?
Yeah. The soul roll's got everything I like.
It's phenomenal. It just pops when you eat it.
I'm in the great state of Tennessee, one of my favorites. Why? Well, home of Jack Daniels, the Grand Ole Opry, and some killer barbecue. Now, I'm in Hendersonville, about 10 miles from Nashville, on the corner of Center Point and Main Street, to check out a joint that's got a ton of character and a bunch of stories. This is Center Point Barbecue.
Brisket, corn on the cob, spicy red slaw.
The best barbecue in the South.
Pulled pork.
This is authentic as you're gonna get.
Everybody loves their barbecue.
Because when it comes to smoking meat, owner Robert Duke doesn't mess around. You're the cleanest pit master I know.
Well, I cleaned up for you. This is my Sunday best.
And the smell coming from his 3 smoke pits is like a come-and-get-it bell for the locals.
Generally, I think you can smell it about a mile away.
Just makes your taste buds want to drop by and eat it.
Whether it's a full rack of ribs, smoky beef brisket, or one of Robert's down-home family traditions.
Pulled pork.
There's no other pulled pork around that even compares to it.
This is the entire shoulder together. Not gonna mess around. Bone in.
We're gonna make our marinades. Gallon mouth sauce.
2 gallons of vinegar. Now what are we gonna do?
We're gonna mop it and just, like I said, generously. Let's do a little rub. Do a little crazy pepper here.
Crazy pepper.
Let's love on it just a little bit. A little bit of salt, not much.
And that's it.
You don't want
Getting
salt.
ready for the smoke. What are we gonna smoke it with?
Shag bark hickory.
Shag bark hickory.
We get a lot of smoke out of it.
That's important. Give me overalls, I'm staying.
Ready to go.
Let's go. Look at this monster. 225.
225, that's it.
For 18 hours.
Anything more than that's a sin. We're gonna cook fat side up, and it's just gonna keep on basting itself as it turns.
I got you. Hit it. That's black as night.
We're smoking.
What is the yield you're getting off of this thing?
At 50, 55.
55%.
Right.
It's redunculous. Look at the bark on that, man.
Beautiful.
That is crazy.
You wanna bust this thing open?
It ain't gonna take much.
So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna bust it down the middle. Pull it back, just let it go, all right? We're gonna let you get your own meat out of there, so if you want over here, or you want over here, or you want up here, it's your choice.
Well, I'm gonna take a little bit up here.
That's the good part. I love that part right
I
there.
like that up there where there's more movement, you know, up in that. There you go. You dig right up in there.
That's it.
See that right in there? Peekaboo, I see you.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
There you go. That's what we're talking about. So it comes with a whole heap of pickles, and what's that, a pancake?
It's our cornbread patty.
So I don't like putting my sauce on my meat. I like to have it there to dip.
I'm telling you.
I gotta tell you something. The pork has been cooked down to a point that you won't see very often. A little heat, a little sweet, right on your meat. Awesome job.
That's what I think barbecue should taste like.
The pulled pork is some of the best I've had anywhere.
It just melts in your mouth. It is really good.
Ready to roll on 2 fried bologna sandwiches.
There's something about a fried bologna sandwich if you're from this region, and Grill House does it so well.
So a fried bologna sandwich is a brunch item here in Louisville?
It is, yeah.
What are you nodding over there?
I think it's all the time.
Okay, good.
The first thing that we do is we make a spice kit.
I've heard it called a lot of things, but a spice kit works for me.
Grated nutmeg, dextrose, black pepper, coriander, garlic powder, some salt, curing salt, paprika, and then we've got some non-fat dry milk powder.
Milk solids, okay. You know what that's for?
Emulsifying.
Brings it together, ties it up.
We add a little bit of ice water.
This is all beef?
Yes.
So we're gonna take these two, blend them together, and start grinding. Sheet tray it, partially freeze it, cut it. This.
Ready to roll?
You can get these at the carnival right here, right?
Yep.
Grind again.
I'm like resisting the urge to just reach out and touch all over it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Gonna load this guy up. So the casing, we just soak it for a second just to
make it a little pliable.
A little bit more pliable.
Real easy to do that when we're standing here and Damaris is singing.
Well, hello, Dolly. It's so nice to have you back where you belong.
He's trying to work.
After we case it, we smoke it.
And what are you smoking it with?
Cherry.
Fantastic. So some nice, great color.
We vacuum seal it and we cook it in an immersion circulator to get the temperature up to 155.
Dig it. How are you gonna make that egg, chef?
Sunny side
There
up.
you go. That's definitely not me.
That's gonna be all this girl.
Our house bologna.
Maybe we should just try a little piece for science.
See how it sounded official? Yeah, why not? There you go. I'm gonna fry this on the flat top in a little bit of butter.
I love.
I could just dip that in mustard and eat it.
And you know it's even gonna have more flavor once it heats up.
We have a brioche bun.
And what kind of cheese is that?
A New York white cheddar.
Is it always 2, or is it just because Damaris and I are both here?
It's always 2.
There you go. Little finishing salt.
Cracked pepper, a little bit of hot sauce, little baby mustard greens.
Look at that.
On your mark, get set, go.
Oh my God.
That is straight up legit awesome.
It's super flavorful.
This is kind of a cross between a nice summer sausage and a bologna. The balance is really great. And the texture's the best part about it. This is dynamite.
I like the egg. It makes it kind of saucy and messy. I don't like any sandwich that's not gonna run down my arms. So, especially in the morning, you know.
Now what are we doing?
So we're gonna do a play on the little crab Louie salad. You know, the Southern Belles down here used to do that at the tea party.
I've never been to a tea party. I've been to a kegger.
No, tea party.
Tea party's different?
Yeah. So first thing, hoe cakes. Don't you say.
Now wait a second. I don't want to go out there into Flavor Town and say it the wrong way. So how would one say what we're gonna make next?
Hoe cake.
Hoe cakes.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
We've got self-rising cornmeal, baking soda, eggs, buttermilk, avocados,
I've never seen the avocado combo.
red pepper, onion, jalapenos, oil, cilantro.
And that's all she wrote. What do we got next?
Next, we're gonna poach the seafood. Little oil, shrimp her down.
Shrimp her down a little bit now.
Down, lobster down. Water, Old Bay.
A little bit of crab boil.
Little bit of crab oil, lump crab.
Little poach being delicate.
Yep, and then we let them cool, and then we'll be ready for the salad. And put a little arugula, corn relish, and then the hoe cake is what puts it over the top.
There you go.
Shrimp, add our lobster, lump crab, mango vinaigrette.
Too pretty to eat.
It is kind of cute, isn't it?
That is delicious. There's not many salads that I would order again. I would order that every time. So I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. Gotta love it. I mean, killer barbecue, great music, and you never know who you'll run into. So anyhow, I'm here to check out a joint that's doing grilled cheese, but grilled cheese to a different level. It's not just what they're serving, it's what they're serving it from. Get this, a food truck. This, was that? Nah. Anyhow, this is the grilled cheesery.
We have 2 Macs on the grill.
It's not trying to be fancy, it's just good and what's right.
Short rib melts.
Translation, gangster grilled cheeses and standout soups. A simple menu that Chef Crystal DeLuna Bogan and her musician husband Joseph have stuck to since they opened the truck in 2010.
I got a pimento mac going out with the soup. We got some Tennessee cheddar.
It's a monster.
It's a 40-pound block. We're gonna cut this up, shred it up for the pimento mac and cheese base.
So you're gonna cut the cheese?
I'm gonna cut this cheese with this knife.
So no processed cheese in this crew?
No, sir.
Delicious, okay. So cheese is done.
We're gonna make some mayo. Eggs, garlic, spice mix, paprika, cayenne, pepper, and then
hot sauce?
Hot sauce. Again, the mayo.
The slow stream.
So stream, and then the oil. So this kind of replaces the whole roux situation. This actually makes it a lot more gooey, and we love our mayo here in the South. All right, now we just assemble. So we got our mac, already cooked it, and just some salted boiling water, a little oil. We got our mayo
this girl thinks she was some pretty little bartender. This girl been cooking.
And here comes the good stuff. We got our cheese.
I'm digging it.
We just want a little bit of noodle, just for some texture, but it's mostly about the cheese.
Righteous.
And then we're just gonna add our roasted peppers. So that's basically it. Assembly time. So we're gonna butter the bread.
Okay.
This is our special butter mix.
Which is
butter and mayo.
I like it.
Pimento mac and cheese. Some of our beautiful local tomatoes, bacon bits, and then we finish it off with the same cheddar that we've just sliced.
And we go to the grill.
Yeah.
Get it?
Then we press it down.
How long does that take to melt?
About 2.5 minutes on each side. It's all melty. Cut it on halfway. We present it open faced so you can see all the goodness.
Okay.
We'll serve it up with some of our house-made pickles.
So the roasted red pepper and tomato soup.
Little basil oil on top, pimento mac and cheese. melts.
So I gotta try this sandwich by itself.
What do you think about that?
You know what, I'll tell you something. If you're left with just pimento by itself, well, not enough texture.
Yeah.
Texture was the one. But you put the pasta in there and the tomato. A little bit of spice coming out of that as well. This is where it goes on.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
That's so good. I'm gonna go into like a little dream sequence. I am telling you what, this just takes me back to childhood.
It's a labor of love, so we better produce.
And call it the grilled cheesery?
We're the place where grilled cheeses are made.
We're the place that dreams about grilled cheeses are fulfilled. I gotta see some chicken dumplings. So how do we make it here?
We bake the chickens for Wednesday. We have baked chicken on the menu. My dad wanted to incorporate leftovers into an entree, not to waste the food, so he started doing chicken and dumplings.
Cram everybody in.
Put a little water in the pan to kind of braise it, and I'm gonna coat it with a little margarine so that the seasoning sticks. Salt, black pepper, chili powder, brown sugar, a little paprika.
Pop in the oven.
350 for about an hour and 20 to an hour and 30 minutes. Pull that out, drain it.
That'll get shredded, and we'll start building the gravy.
Yeah.
Got it.
We're gonna start off with a little margarine, melt that down. Saute a little celery. We're gonna do a little onion.
When he says little, he's little.
A lot of garlic. You're getting a lot of the seasoning that's already been in here.
In the chicken.
Yes, the leftover drippings from the baked chicken. Stir that around. After all the vegetables have been sauteed, gonna add some water to it. More garlic.
Very nice.
We like the garlic here. Black pepper, white pepper, poultry seasoning, which has got, you know, a little sage.
The sage, big key.
Mix those seasonings, add a little chicken base.
Chicken flavor and salt.
The next thing we add is the chicken.
A lot of big flavor coming out of the bones and the skin.
Yep, boil the chicken for about 45 minutes to an hour.
So you're gonna cook in this and fortify this stock.
Yep.
Strain that out so you supplement what you have left over from Wednesday.
Exactly.
Got it? Now we've got our clear stock ready to work with.
And now we're gonna make the dumplings.
Dig it?
I do my all-purpose and self-rising.
I'm wearing black, you have flour, I'm gonna stand back. You're using a combo, because all-purpose wouldn't rise, it would just make a hard rock.
Sprinkle a pinch of salt.
Please tell me that is straight up lard.
Oh, this is straight up lard.
Yes. This is where you're gonna get that real unctuous flavor. We're basically making biscuits. We're gonna cut that lard into that flour and tighten it up with some ice water.
Yeah.
We got the right consistency here. Now we'll flour the board, roll it out, make the dumplings.
You got it.
You got a rolling pin, son?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Look at that. How long has that been around? It says it right there. It says legally stolen from Abe Lincoln.
And it's important we put a little extra flour on them because it helps the stock thicken up.
You're not too worried that it's exact size. You just want to make sure they don't stick together.
Yeah.
You look at this little square right now. This thing's going to become about that big around. It's going to be awesome.
Add these in here. Got to stir them immediately.
Right off the bat, it'll stick.
You got it.
Look how they start to puff up. I want to eat that.
Cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then when there's about 10 minutes left, we're gonna add the chicken. So the chicken heats back up. Just take the whole pan, dump it in there. Why not? Good to go.
That's how we do it. Oh, man. Oh.
It's thickened up real good.
Look at that. That's a good looking dumpling right there. That's about as old school as you're gonna find them.
All right.
Some of that roasted chicken in there. I'm just stoned so I can shovel it all in. It's a nice day out. These are good spoons. Creaminess, tender chunks of chicken. I almost finished the whole bowl in that time.
Good stuff. Appreciate it, man.
Peach cobbler ready.
It's fresh Georgia peaches and it couldn't be better.
Georgia peach cobbler.
Walk me through it, boss.
A little water, a little bit of butter, egg, sugar.
I assume this is the crust we're making.
This is the crust. Shortening, add it to our flour and mix it real well. We're gonna add our mixture.
Just tacky enough that it'll hold together. So just lightly roll this out, almost like we're making a biscuit.
Exactly.
So we're gonna bake this ahead of time without the peaches in it so it gets nice and crusty on the bottom.
Yes.
While that's doing, we'll make the filling.
Yes.
Got it. Peaches are peeled. This is a staple in Georgia.
Staple. Water, vanilla flavoring, sugar, butter, nutmeg, cinnamon, brown sugar.
And the little cornstarch slurry.
Yes.
Fresh peaches. This goes into the blind baked crust on the bottom. We hit the other crust on the top of that and then bake it off again.
Yes, sir.
Let's see this.
All right, you ready for the flavor of the South? Here we go.
Look at this. That is about one of the most honest desserts I've had in the last 10 years on Triple B. The simple biscuit crust. It's a little bit of sugar. It's a little bit of vanilla. You're highlighting the peach. Outstanding.
Thank you, sir.
Peach cobbler.
The peach cobbler, delicious. Love the crust in it and those Georgia peaches.
Can't beat it. You're gonna sleep right after.
I was just gonna say, can you get out of here without falling asleep at the table?
You'll go to sleep right after.
Fried shrimp and tilapia.
I'm telling you, you guys do not know what blessing you have here.
Yeah, we do.
You do?
Oh, yes.
Crunch burger.
I've never had anything like it before.
So what makes it crunch?
Pork rinds.
I know pork rinds, chicharrones we have in California. This is what it's coming from?
There's smoked dehydrated pork fat that we're gonna fry it. No.
Not so much crunch.
Not yet.
Let's fry 'em.
Let's go.
Fries up. So this is it. A little barbecue rub on there. And then these will actually go on the burger?
They actually go on top of the burger.
Better hurry up, make them.
All right.
One burger or two burgers?
Well, you get 2 burger patties.
A bowl out of here.
Smash them out.
Nice technique.
A little hamburger seasoning. This is minced onion, garlic, seasoned salt, a little black pepper. This is our spicy barbecue sauce.
Okay.
Put a little bit of that on the burger patty.
Same basis of how you start your other barbecue sauce?
It is exactly the same, followed by some cheddar cheese. Now we have to do secret stuff. All right, burger's ready. Juke sauce.
Who?
Juke sauce comes from down in Mississippi, juke joints. Cheesy goodness. And last but not least, pork rinds. That's a crunch burger.
I like it.
Smash.
That chicharron in there. The juke sauce is great too. Burgers cook perfectly. Nice melt on the cheese. You got all the produce you need in there, but it's when you get that extra little crunch out of that chicharron. Dynamite burger.
Thank you.
Cooked right, seasoned right, enough ingredients, ridiculously too big, and the chicharron made it.
Thank you.
Thank you much, world champion.
It's a fistful of hamburger. Just so many different flavors. This is really killer.
Whole fried chicken?
That's our signature item. I can stand with that.
Must make a mess on paper. So we're gonna inject the bird.
Cajun Creole butter.
Like something you buy. So you move it around a little bit, there you go. But you don't go through the skin because then it can have a chance to leak. Now you have to be a little bit choosy about the marinade you do because it's got a bunch of sugar in it to burn your oil.
Exactly. Legs and thighs first.
40 minutes?
40 minutes.
You gonna dunk it or serve it?
We're gonna dunk it.
Look at that.
That's the magic.
The corruption. By the way, I am taking the corruption home with me.
All right.
Oh my gosh. You can really pick up the flavor of that garlic butter.
You really don't need a knife.
Look how tender and juicy that is. And that's it. It's not really oily. I think people think, oh, you fried it, it's gotta be all oily. Take our first family photo. Looks like us, doesn't it? You're off the chain, man. I gotta tell you. Wow, that's good. This is like real chicken. What do you think?
Oh, it is. It's very good chicken.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Hot wings here are great.
Mama don't even cook it better than that.
You ever had this chicken? It's crazy. You got a lot to be proud of. Thank you. If you live within 300 miles of this joint, you should be getting yourself over here right quick now. You know what I do? Chicken's free. Napkins are $500 each. At Green Mesquite Barbecue in Austin, Texas.
2 chopped beefs.
Gracias.
Owner Tom Davis has been making his favorites since '88.
Beef plate, potato salad, bean. Their barbecue is the best in town.
From brisket and ribs.
The ribs are really tasty.
To scratch-made jambalaya.
This is Texas jambalaya.
All kinds of sandwiches.
Catfish poor boy.
And even this Texas favorite.
Chicken fried steak.
Big here?
Very big here. Start out with eggs.
And how long you guys been making this?
20 years.
Really?
20 years. All right, milk. Whole milk only, please.
Okay, so this is it.
Eggs are whisked. All right, we got your self-rising flour, seasoned pepper.
So it's salt, sugar, pepper, and then red, yellow, and green bell peppers that are dried.
It's a sweet black pepper is what I call it.
I love this bell pepper thing in here.
That's wonderful. And it adds a little bit to it. Ranch, rye, russet mix. Once you get it all nice and mixed up, all this.
Wow, that's a lot of seasoning. How do you go flour, blah, blah, blah?
I go milk.
So you don't put the flour on first. I come from the school, if you put the flour on it first, it helps the egg wash stick to the flour.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, I mean, who cares about those culinary procedures and processes?
And I get yelled at every time I do it. I probably do it backwards. We double dip all our chicken fried steaks.
So it's got to have a thick batter on it.
According to my employer. I was so sorry, so sorry.
You know what? I'm telling you something.
This from here.
Throw another basket on top?
Yep, because it will float for about 3 minutes. She's ready. Check, 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 check.
Get away. You know, shake, shake, shake me in the ER.
Very hot.
That close to my toast.
And smear all kinds of gravy on it.
You can cut it with a fork, so you gotta know you got some tender factor there. So I like it. I think I pick up that ranch dressing in there a little bit. That's probably the crunchiest or the biggest batter I found on one.
I love it. I love it.
It's half gone.
I'll be over here. I've been known to take wings out of people's hands.
No, I could take it too. Oh, heaven.
A po' boy means a sandwich. You got shrimp po' boy and oyster po' boy and ham po' boy.
The roast beef is the best.
And it's the one that made Parasol's a local legend.
This is the best.
Not one of the best.
No, this is the best.
This is the best.
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, this is Ross, who sent us the email and said I gotta come here. What makes it so good?
This just melts in your mouth.
Jeff puts a little TLC in his po' boy.
Yes, he does. That'd be Jeff Carreras,
Roast beef.
who bought this joint 10 years ago.
Oyster.
And kept things the way they've always been, especially the roast beef. This is what was taught to you?
Yeah, this was handed down from the Paso family, which owned Parasols. Take an inside round, get it nice and lean to be boiled.
Boiled, not roasted.
Not roasted.
I don't know, man. That scares me.
And you let me know. To the hot tub.
Just water, no seasoning?
Straight water, no seasoning.
That doesn't make any sense.
Seasoning comes afterwards.
Okay. Now, how long do these go down for?
About an hour and a half.
We're going completely cooked. We're not looking for any medium rare.
No medium rare here, dude.
Just boiled beef. I'm expecting something big. I mean, they email me and say, you gotta go to the Parasol, you gotta go to the Parasol.
We'll get your taste buds dancing here in a little bit.
Now what happens?
Let it cool a little bit, then we'll slice it up, throw some gravy on it, and ready to be served.
Our hot cauldron?
From that stock is when we mix together the seasonings to make the gravy. Some flour, some oil, a little black pepper, garlic powder, a little salt.
What was that, 2 cups, 3 cups of garlic powder?
Pretty much about a 1 pounder.
How much gravy is this gonna make?
4 gallons of gravy.
Wow.
A little kitchen bouquet for color.
And you make this how many times a week?
Every day.
You make this every day?
Every day.
This is gonna go into the boiling cauldron?
Yep. Try not to get any on you, man. Nothing but brown gravy.
Taste this. Wow. I wouldn't kick that out of a sandwich.
No, indeed not. That's what makes it.
You can serve that on my flip-flop, it tastes good.
It's nice and easier to slice once it's cold, you know?
It was like beef jerky, dude.
Dry, no flavor. For now. From here, we're just putting gravy on it, sticking it into the oven, about an hour or so, if that.
Dude, you better be delivering. Roast beef is done?
Final outcome of it.
Now you're going to show me, the roast beef po' boy, that you won all these awards for. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that thing.
Cut that bread in half.
Okay, now we toast this?
Not yet.
We toast the bread, though, right?
We do toast the bread.
You like to toast the bread after you put everything on it?
Yes.
Is that enough?
That's for one side, sure. Lock it out, man.
And this is how you make it?
That is pretty much the roast beef po' boy. Stick it in the oven, let it toast the bread nice and toasty for a couple minutes.
Mister, I just put lettuce in the oven. What's that all about? Toast the bread ahead of time.
No, it's not the way we do things around here.
Evidently.
Dig into that.
That roast beef is capital T tender, man.
Oh, yeah, it just falls apart as dry as it was earlier.
From as dry as it was, juicy, meshy, creamy, that's legit right there. But I gotta tell you, dude, that's great. When I saw that roast beef, I'm like, there's no way the gravy's gonna save this. Nice job, brother. So I'm here in El Paso, Texas. I'm in a strip mall, and I'm looking for, wait for it, barbecue. Now, wait, listen, I felt the exact same way. I mean, El Paso, Texas, real deal barbecue, strip mall, you gotta be kidding me. Until I heard about this dude, he's got a big monster smoker that's a stick burner. I mean, no gas assist, it's real deal. This is Desert Oak Barbecue.
Pull these briskets.
Everything I've ever tried on this menu is awesome.
Run them in.
So there's a lot of great food in this town. Is there a lot of barbecue?
Not really. It's the only barbecue that I consider barbecue.
What's different about here is the way they smoke it.
Which is a trick that owners Rich Funk and his wife Suzanne have borrowed from another part of the Lone Star State.
It's a Central Texas-style barbecue, which they use oak.
This is a stick burner barbecue.
Yeah.
So you're back there and you got to keep this thing rolling.
We cook day and night.
And the specialty of the house is?
El Paso stuffed potato.
Here you go, El Paso potato with brisket.
Stuffed baked potato is powerful, you know? You get that baked potato and cheese and beans, and you have beautiful, moist brisket.
It'll definitely fill you up.
What are we making first?
Jalapenos toreados, and we're gonna top the El Paso stuffed potato with them. Roast the jalapenos.
No oil, no nada.
Lime juice, soy sauce.
And the onions.
Marinate overnight.
What's our next step?
We're gonna prepare the potato. We wrap it in foil, throw it in the smoker.
How long does it take to cook?
About 4 hours.
I can put on there what type of meat I want?
Yeah.
I want to see what the brisket's all about.
Big old fat brisket right here. We're gonna trim it, and we need a perfect shape.
And where did you learn this crazy technique?
It was a lot of trial and error.
You've been on trial a lot? Now, Salt and Pepper City.
This is ready to go on the smoker. 18 hours, between 250 and 275.
Make it happen, Captain.
All right, let's make a potato. I'm gonna roll it, soften it up.
Beat it up is more like it.
You know, it's just a garnish at this point.
Some butter.
Salt, pepper, cheese, sour cream, some chives, and some brisket. That's a 1/4 pound right there. Some beans, and our jalapeno.
Anybody ever eat the whole thing?
Yeah.
What football team do you play for? There's a lot more going on in this than what most people would call the average stuffed baked potato. Oh, Toriado is one of my new favorite things. One thing I like on your brisket, it's not overly smoky, nicely seasoned, good bark, beans are delicious. The whole thing is a package deal, man, besides the fact that it's not a human size. It's like 4 human sizes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, Jesse, do your thing.
When I'm hungry, I definitely get the stuffed potato. Great flavors, great zest to it.
The brisket is just consistently moist in the middle, incredible.
Okay, what are we making next?
We are making the batter for the Corndog Shrimp. Dipsy Dog corn dog mix.
That's very old school.
A lot of fairs and circuses and stuff like that use it. We're gonna go in with the water, and we're gonna jump on it with a whisk.
All right, so see how nice and creamy that is? So it'll really coat to that shrimp.
Here we go.
21.25 shrimp.
Grab them by the tail.
By the tail.
Dump them in.
Okay. Gotta set them in there nice and easy. Float them
Set
a bit.
it in and let it go.
That's so it doesn't just sink to the bottom. Let her fry.
There you go.
Whoa!
Corndog shrimp ready to go.
Perfect them babies are.
Pretty proud of yourself on these, aren't you?
Yes.
Get in after it.
Oh, yeah. They're so good.
It tastes like a corn dog. Sweet, crunchy batter.
Straight from the fair.
Straight from the fair.
Straight from the fair.
Not salty.
The Corndog Shrimp is something I've never had, and I'll be back to Pinky's weekly because they're so good.
Corndog shrimp.
The breading they use on there with the shrimp inside, it's extra sweet.
It's always fresh shrimp. It's great stuff.
Fox Brothers Burger up in the window.
The Fox Brothers Burger is a mouthful.
It's sort of a misnomer to call it a burger. It's not a burger at all. It's brisket.
You can tell it's just smoked all day on the hickory, and your hair smells like it when you leave, and that's how you know you're at a good barbecue joint.
All right, let's get after it.
This is certified Angus beef. Just trim down this fat just a little bit. Now we're gonna season our brisket with our salt and pepper seasoning.
Brisket with salt and pepper. That is as Texas as it comes. Now we're gonna go to the smoker.
We're gonna go to the smoker.
Great.
We cook it overnight, 10 to 12 hours at 200, 205 degrees.
Basically as low as it'll go.
Yep.
Let's go. So now what are we into?
Our homemade barbecue sauce.
Bring it, doctor.
We got a homemade ketchup. We got some vinegar.
Distilled white?
Yep.
Next up,
Hot sauce.
anybody particular?
Texas Pete, of
Yeah, there
course.
you go.
Well, Texas
Made in
love.
Carolina.
Texas Pete, made in Carolina, used in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Next up,
Black pepper. Granulated garlic.
blackstrap molasses.
Yep.
Okay.
Brown sugar. Worcestershire sauce. Chili powder.
Was that silent grunting?
Yeah, that's what we do in the South. When you like something, you just go,
Onion powder.
Onion powder.
And last but not least,
Salt. Just let it come at the tip and simmer for about 30, 40 minutes.
beautiful. What are we making now?
We're making pimento cheese.
Let's get into it.
Cheddar cheese. Pepper jack cheese.
you know what, if you're gonna try it, I just feel like I should try it
You
too.
better get right in there.
Mayonnaise. Pimentos. A little pepper. And for some heat, cayenne pepper. Mix it up by hand. Let's make a patty for our Fox Brothers burger.
All right, let's make a burger.
So we're gonna take this brisket.
Oh my gosh, that's good. Get after it, Zorro.
We got some of our house-made jalapeno mayo right here. Pimento cheese patty. And we're gonna take this beautiful thing and throw it under the salamander.
We gotta hurry up and get this burger out before Rutledge eats all of the other brisket. Rutledge!
I'm sorry.
Here we go, hit it.
Take our toasted bun. We got some of our peppered bacon, a couple pickles, tomato, onion.
That's a chopped beef sandwich. Called it a burger.
Call it a burger.
I like it. Oh,
That's a great burger.
you just like cleaning up over there like a lion that just ate a gazelle.
I don't know what happened. I went after mine.
It's super tender brisket. When you chop that brisket up, you get a chance to incorporate that fat.
Yeah.
So it makes it even a little bit more unctuous. And adding the pimento cheese and adding the veggies on top of it brings that burger element to it.
That's Fox Brothers right there. Damn, man. Come on.
All right, that's full speed, man. That's all throttle, no bottle, man. That is just getting it done.